2. Within the middle of that night, he woke. As usual, but beauty and a power. His angel Numa then to Billy spoke. From trouble in the darknesses of night. Oh look, be navuva, to God and pray. It's necessary knowing heaven holds. Now Billy M, what do you have to say? About the calm that's come of now for you. For your own self. What is your best reply? A healthy air plays permanently right. I think you better think about it, why? Through fires of days and nights, of all. You ask, think harder now about this day. The quiet from the rain to give it power. I'm talking to you, Billy Mac, hey hey. The meaning has a chance to be found out. 46. This is your angel sister Numa, yes. My whispers duplicate effects on you. Your angel sister Numa talking is. With old imagination strikes again. I realize that you still can't see me. Experience is everything with us. But even so, what can you say frankly? To lay it never ending out from you. What do you have to say? And please don't guess. Oh night, be kept a while for worlds to be. I hope you realize what's up, so I shall press. The time is good, the time's in riches yet. I think you know what's up about this stuff. Behold the care of darkness, not an end. Which went on with its power, it was rough. Your life was very robust to go over. What happened to you now? You still can't tell. Be doubled and restore the start again. Believe you me, there's something that went well. Constructive of a tale to sing with lute. But also not so well, a clue that's tough. A mountain is revealed, a barrier. About these happenings, which were hereof. Where sunlight once had been to know with joy. About this, tell me what has happened now. While sun is hidden by the sunless shade. About the what and why and where and how. Now dark, inside the home appearing good. Then Billy Mac unto his sister cried. As shade extended long, he opened up. To Angel Numa, Billy Mac replied. Between myself and Angel's beauty dwells. I don't know what you mean, what kind of stuff. 47. I know the wind was stronger, but what else has happened, why you also say it's rough? That plenitude of wind did sound its roar. What's going on? Your questions make me stop. While sound was like a spacecraft taking off. To think if something's different, you did pop. Your flight over this mountain of the night. Within the angel channel, but it's tough. But still you say it's good enough for me. Events with us, I understand not of. If nothing comes from nothing, tell me more. I don't know what you're saying Numa, dear. What is my own potential knowing it? To me it isn't obvious or clear. While night's own ghostly mountain rises tall. I'd like to find out just of what you mean. I feel like I am sorry and should weep. What happened, Sister Numa? I have seen. In dreams about the earth its sky and night. So much that happened outside and in here. And you shower me with love from you. Inside this place, my rented home, my dear. Your love is gentle as a falling cloud. But I suppose that things are changing yet. In opposition to their natural ways. And of them is there cause to be upset. As green is what is missing, leaves seem gone. Oh, I can tell that something's on your mind. Come back to life in solitary thoughts. About these things, whatever did you find? About the whole or parts of nature now? What thought does make it so that I am set? Like distant sunsets ending with a love. 48. What makes you think right now that I can get? I'd like to follow that long road far out. Myself to see. Whatever must come clean. It fits that it must fit, but being so. I don't know what. Whatever do you mean? Oh, could I but for sunlight hunt some more. The angel sister, Numa, his own guide. Did go in that direction down its path. To Billy McBride again replied. You reached out and did get rewarded much. So Billy, here we are within this time. To understand with all the beauty yet. A moment which could be thought as sublime. The argument is over like the storm. Come on, you can't tell me that you don't know. Like of it says, what managed to take place. I've never been the one to call you slow. And it is calm, the wind is slower now. Don't make me go on as suspenses climb. You feel some idle riches blessed on you. Don't play around, yes, this is not that time. Be thus restored, a sky has opened light. I have a confidence that you will care. And triggered by the light that lives here best. I do believe you're getting now aware. Confess this a romantic time is hailed. Of what has taken place to little you. And with reliance ever take the sweet. I want you to get with it, that is true. With kindness tossed around that multiplies. But here you look around with your blank stare. Your happy dotage deems a power came. Dear Billy, do you feel that you're somewhere? 49. From starry dreams that thicken as the dew. Dear Billy, don't you know what is the case? Eureka would reveal what stars complete. What happened to you in a quickened race? Let nothing of your silence make me wait. What happened, what took time and a great plot? This midnight, as a sweetness, went its way. And also what went wrong with your own lot? A ground for nothingness, your bosom's flame. What happened now to you and to this place? Where in the bowl of night your rainbow ends? Dear Billy, now pretend to see my face. And brush a shine off of your own surprise. Dear Billy, surely you must of this know. That dusky knowledge has evolved with time. Those thoughts of which are what you need to show. With love that grew across the range of thought. The Billy Mac to Angel Numa cried. He had some harder work to do to learn. Unto that angel sister he replied. Of sunset's tenderness from noontime shades. What is it, sister Numa? I can't say. Annihilation yet dissolves my words. What is so special now about today? With day enthroned, its door's own passage blocked. Why anything has happened yet to me? What passage have I come to now its end? Of what you speak, to me is mystery. I know you are an expert who exists. What's going on or happened on this day? As I am stretched out here where down I lay. Allow me now to hear the secret's worth. I love you much, on that thought you can bank. 50. It's certain I'm tied up with worthy tasks. I love you, yet I have to say I'm blank. Of secrets in this wishy-washy day. Of being understanding of my state. I'd like to have the strength to bless it all. If something happened, please begin, relate. To me what fills with living now, say if. To me if I should know or fear or thank. My eyes are laboring to see today. What is there from this mystery to yank? As if the wind could take me home to it. As if it were an apple from a tree. I've reached the origin again to know. If something really matters, let me see. My heart revs up, and I possess the will. If I can try to manage knowing that. To break inside with explanation now. If I can gather all my knowledge at. To bag up every leaf of life, now green. A suitable best answer now to be. What science makes me fashionably late. I understand my knowing is not free. My grand style echo blasts a music loud. I understand that cognizance is shut. Once more let me receive your blessings word. To such about me, knowing of just what. For harmonies he hungered and he hoped. To Billy Mac the angel hope replied. To him indeed together and forever. His angel love, and wife and gentle guide. In higher than ye beauty light asserts. Dear Billy, something happened, we're concerned. Of what all you experienced this day. 51. You were not maimed or hurt nor were you burned. There's nothing but the core, a mirror clear. Hashem has saved you from a violent death. And God's forever God, He's great and kind. He brought you to this planet, saved your breath. That's how the house of God does its own work. Its planet Headbuttressia, be learned. This landscape hid its shadows all around. A place that's new to which your life's been turned. Without a waste of time, across the blue. A few close moments on the planet Earth. Hashem received your love in silence rich. He captured you in sleep, for what it's worth. There's nothing left to keep of rising heights. He brought you here because some bad men killed You, here you're gently resting your own soul. You died and felt no pain, and they were thrilled to mingle with the light, unhealthy men. To think they set you up, they brought to birth. To reign on top the land, though sad to us. Some lies which have on earth been going forth, surrounding all as light, but counterfeit. Some lies they spun, they said you hurt a boy, as empty weathers proudly enter land. And what we'll say to you you won't enjoy. They said you hurt him when the day cut by. They killed you for that, then they sold your art. Like breezes come to catch the outside air. For high prices. We love you from the start. And now you finally sit within the dark. Your earthly reputation has no joy. Your day did end competing for a star. A wicked trail of lies they did employ. 52. This line of darkness, darker got. They lied to all, your parents, and the rest. They put a pressure on all close thereby. Your music. We all know you tried your best. With seriousness that beamed into his face. To Billy Mac the angel Jill replied. To resonate with this, and newly judge. She being to his wife and angel guide. Within this darkness is a beauty yet. But, Billy Mac you're feeling now a gloom. A heavy wrong did happen to you, yes. And Billy, all the art here in your room, so beautiful we made in gladness great, was sold, your reputation was destroyed. The lonely wrath did happen as you slept. Your reputation could have been enjoyed. And they proclaimed game over to your life. While now they buried you within your tomb. The news is found, but truths remembered not. They said that you will dwell in fiery doom. They changed these out like golden spanning skies. They unto you did make their wicked wars. But something radiant, now figure out. The art you see, although it's just like yours. Into the great abyss, out from the land. The same was Jesus Christ's before he moved. With love and peace past mighty rocks apace. Away from Headbuttressia, he proved. While hidden far away from shining eyes. That he could copy all that art of ours. It started out unwell, but he did that. And he's not here for you to thank, of course. He had a lot of fitting work to do. 53. He moved away and left this place the same. Observe in calm how that it's roughly left. To look the same, for which his goal did aim. It's perfect since it's ordinary still. It looks identical to your own home. Of beauty with the summer window weaved. The one you had before they trashed your own. Like fire intensely bringing light to earth. When after wicked men played their bad game. The falling of your years went rushing by. He helped, and now this place here you can claim. A sign of life which beauty brings with hope. And Jesus left the place the same, it's true. This finding is the glory of our day. He organized, before Rshem saved you. That knowledge was the all of all, and more. Then Billy Mac to all his angels cried. About this presentation serious. To those he loves and heeds, he now replied. I wrestle to bring forth all of that light. Rshem saved me from all that. Is it true? That I did waver free to be so caught? That I was saved, by love and kindness too. His patience was not lost upon the way. I knew that I was having a strange time. Below the light of heaven from the sky. But really, did those men enact a crime? With deepness seeing that from their own eyes. On me by killing me. Oh. That bad crew. To push me out in meaninglessness flat. I think I'm shocked as this seems very new. The days draw grace reflecting wide their steps. And have I really woken up from death? 54. Far out and over drama's smooth transport. To be here on a planet just like Earth. Within the pleasant sunlight's right beauty. A man who has been given one more life. A soul that shyly welcomes more desires. To live on a new world far from that strife. Which vainly battled all my peaceful world. Which happened upon earth, which took my breath. Again the worry and delight come back. If so, I'm grateful, I could almost laugh. To thrive again rightly in morning breaths. It's hard to understand that Rshem paved. Out of the sunny fresher air this plan. A way for me to have, in bliss be laved. Upon the dreamy day in perfect light. A way for me to breathe again right here. Whose soul has not yet had enough to please. You call it Headbuttressia, my dear. Its solid beauty joyfully awakes. And poor old me by Hershem became saved. That is the very best of poetry. And, so aside these things cannot be waived. This feeling good comes from your restful touch. And, all you told me now, what came to be. Without a rush to lead a person wrong. That Hershem from my violent death saved me. Who out of deeper brighter paradise cared. Then angel hope to Billy McBride. With pleasures of remembering her own love. Did make an answer true, and so replied. With imperfection of society. It's true dear Billy, Hershem rescued you. It was his own eternal pleasure such. 55. I'm certain you are grateful for it too. To be known by the system up above. And even though he did that miracle. Set up in innocence your soul its gain. Of helping you live on this planet, still. Good change does challenge time's own balance yet. We are upset, though all of this is true. Which grows and has its own of truth to sort. I say all this which happened now is new. The strategy was cosmological. It still, on Earth, did happen, all we said. Your beauty and your progress there was ruined. It even makes us feel, in anger, red. Thought now the gentle darkness makes to spread. What happened is they killed you in your prime. A higher trust's appropriate for you. You know it's really bad to have that crime. Come to the sweetness of the country land. For them not to be kind but kill instead. For they did, in that natural brightness, act. For them to murder you, and make you dead. Your energy was transferred unto us. At last off earth, but now you're here alas. You have reduced to this own single form. This better place, a place which ever was. Enjoyed by any traveler like you. This new world is not heaven where you fell. But let its image to ideas connect. It's not heaven but neither is it hell. An energy awakes, and you did come. So they, your earthly wealth, they did amass. With thoughts of greatness for themselves to boast. And now you're here. On earth it came to pass. 56. Like skies that clean their messes to be clear. That everybody hates you, all on earth. And gentle happiness was so destroyed. Since you were framed, yet here you have a birth. Fulfilling of significance is soft. Next angel Numa then to Billy cried. With her sane voice out of eternity. His sister dear, that angel thus replied. Your life can come, so cling to happiness. I ask you since you're here, this fact is clear. As clear as sunlight, that important sight. And Billy McBride, my dear. Alongside of these other souls who talk. What is it that you want now, Billy M. By heaven's light despite its coming home. I ask to get an answer, not from them. Who transmit easily their calm like day. Your other angels, just from you right here. For heaven's sake please answer that you know. Of me, your angel sister, do not fear. I know it's something different, we can tell. What will you do for your own self right now? The glory of your childhood's gone away. What will turn up is what I wish to know. So switch it on this moment, you are safe. I hope you'll answer me, my question well. Though day's own sunny favorites will renew. You're not in heaven, neither are in hell. But this is a successful light to shine. So tell me, answer that, the what and how. Past redness of the sunset, there is hope. Does Billy McBride begin to show? The endless hope is one, does Billy think? 57. That Billy M thinks Numa does him wrong. Just what has happened you will understand. I am not wrong, with me you're safe among. Reveal your secret, dear, because you've won. You're here, your angel sister Numa's love. Like sunset's beauty in progression lasts. Does go a long way, I am still above. Collected in the visions of the air. And as an angel, loved you all along. In charity and with ideas to sense. As every angel loves you from their throng. Snatched from and for the sake of happiness. So Billy it's you we know and haunt. Remember, breath to me, magnificence. So on this planet, what is it you want? As overwhelmed with how to spend his time. To her and each next Billy McBride cried. Not limited, nor making a complaint. But feeling better, safer thus replied. As my own body I find has survived. I think I know what I would like, indeed. Desiring how to change the universe. To plant somehow for me the wishful seed. A symbol for a prophecy to grow. And hesitating not, these things I want. From wildness I express I want a thought. A fame and comfort. If you are to haunt. Invincibly with use to my purpose. My mind so also let me plant that seed. Like weird phenomena, I'd have these things. Perhaps these are the things I really need. And, farther off, immortality. By fame and comfort, those are what I wish. 58. Shall I be clear enough to brighten up the land? A comfort yes for me to be my dish. As I have got ahead to join the light. And just like that, those things would be the two. Since I do have more knowledge, let it spread. But, there's one more thing, a thing that's true. I'd be so clear my teachings would be heard. With these, my own desires for such a wish. Within new conquering of weather's wheels. I do desire as well, no need to fish. Nor let me be closed up, no need to pull out any other thing I need just yet. For something fast awakens like a light. There's one more thing that I would like to set. Within this vision which was started here. The third thing which I want is to be loved. That is the cheerfulness I want to see. And that is all, and if it can be proved. A possibility without a flaw. That I could have those things to get. I'd be a little different now onwards. If I could have those wishes granted, yet. Figured by these visions which would stay. I would be very satisfied, I guess. These limits would lead to fulfillment soon. And that is all, those three, my wishes, yes. And so there was a waving of a wave. The cats inside the place did quickly run. A few directions so persuaded played. The cats did have the strangest kind of fun. Playing better ever than before. And Angel hoped to Billy McBride. From out the coolness of the dark of night. 59. With love inside her Angel's heart replied. From heaven everyone observes you now. Yes, you will have those things, yes, I am sure. And everyone does go for that, it's true. They are things as good to ask as ever were. Our wisdom must outgallop yours, you know. And yes, I know those cats upon the floor. Who look the same are honestly not yours. Who race about are not the same, and more. Though you have found this lucky place sublime. They are the cats of Jesus, or, they were. Now have some time for patience, pray for love. They were the cats of Jesus, I assure. An end times disappearing, I will tell you that, they were his cats who look like yours. So master this and do your golden best. As everything is same within these doors. The Daymaker has done it all for you. And also they are not the only two. But also us, the best who do it best. Who changed, since we your angel retinue. Who are your true calling, we volunteered. Each loving angel wife is each to ours. Off laurels of midsummer, off freak grass. The ones to which you give the best flowers. Our own new personalities still will help. But we can't act the same we were. There's nothing that we feign here in this world. Our lives are different, and new things stir. And we won't bumble whispers of our voice. So bear with us, we're different than before. This song is peaceful, God's forever God. We're angels, still invisible, but more. 60. Within romantic day, come back with it. You also have been changed, we're sure. A shine will follow up and upward climb. As you yourself will know right now better. With freedom to be new and know new things. As you can check down there, you're not the same. In feelings of your nerves this drowsy night. You know already, you can tell it's lame. Though mounting light of mirth would make its rise. Still Billy found that he was impotent. From transcendental transmigration sent. and to his angels spoke with a lament. You angels do not laugh at me without. I do not want my questions to be hid. To please their passions for some bucks that buy. On earth some wicked people really did. What that my eyes have yanked out from this night. Those things to me. They killed me. Is it real? I must forget the badness that they built. And I was saved by Shem not to feel. By limits of my day its dance of minutes. A thing, no pain, no hurt, as bad men rid. My own dear body, every inch and bone. The world of me, and others there amid. Past unforgettable and full alight. Themselves of me, and done in effigy. I live in blossom and I live in thorn. All this I start to realize, to see. Descending digging down, long swept. They really thought that I was to be framed. And in my day's own hour of its lease. It worked, they framed me, then on me they blamed. As weather loads the day with robes of night. 61. That some poor child was hurt or beat by me. The merits of this season let me down. It's terrible those men had cruelty. I think about my sound not going out. It's awful all those things which bad men do. As sunlight hits me in its ring of white. I had a little idea, and it's true. Its creep must come soon, light into our eyes. I really wanted just to do my best. My heart is now unlocked in other skies. It seems to me I passed some sort of test. That reigns atop the land within this night. And I was saved and brought to this place too. With perfect grace to feel it in my time. It is amazing to be here with you. I'll place my heart into these kisses sent. They really did those awful things to me. As ever to the end to take the gold. By framing me and getting off scot-free. The peaceful as a dove soars through the air. Then Angel Jill to Billy McBride. And budging him with eloquence of her own. From her own angel's love and heart replied. There's nothing left to do to figure out. Dear Billy, I'm afraid that is the case. There's nothing but a peace now finding sail. You are alive, same body still and face. The time is in the air, it is some gale. You're in a better place now, that's for sure. Much wonder marked throughout with this to know. Though Headbuttressia's like Earth, it's more. You feel love's jump, and stick around. A different planet and a better place. 62. Observing without doubt how yourself has. A better world to keep up in your pace. These thoughts cannot be beat, you're down to know. It's compensation for the one you lost. The gold is marked again by promised light. Here dwell the children from the Holocaust. That pounded their existence into dust. The one on earth which killed them each and all. They find their bearing on this planet here. They live here now as people great and small. You care much for the present time, they too. As young and old, with them you became tossed. Your life was fouled off earth, but now builds still. Life has been compensated of its cost. You've got your love, the things you lost come back. And they, these children in this place like earth. Which, as a bridge that's loaded with all things. With you as well here have a newer birth. In time that's farther out, beginning small. They are ghosts but good, as ever ghosts can be. And all this world they have with words to come. They are people of all ages now, you'll see. So ordinary yet so perfect, ready set. But in their ghostly form, for what it's worth. And in its sweeter milk, majestically. This world does make it possible to go forth. As lovers swept away who made it back. On Headbutressia is where you dwell. For want of coming time, with wisdom old. The difference from earth is hard to tell. What else will come now in a youthful grace? Next he was shocked and Billy McBride. Who loved the sunny countrysides of earth. 63. To Angel Jill, his angel wife replied. These are the rarest talks with angels dears. Oh wow, that is a shock, it really is. To make it worthy of myself and life. I almost feel I'm shocked into a bliss. Sent on another journey, light supplied. To know all this, I'm very very glad. In want of guidance standing here your words. To be revealed these things, and I will add. That of these greater miracles that are done. I'm grateful that you told me that and this. Some peace writes to remind me of the scenes of Earth, the people there, I know I'll miss. The stars beside the stars that forge day's hope. And most of them my life helped me arrange. Thrust into wisdom chronicled as great. I find my situation very strange. To wake up in the end, my youth's request. That I'm on Headbuttressia, and all. These gracious questions seek to learn. The people here are ghostly, great and small. Where time sailed by, to journey higher out. They're every age, and every ethnic range. In timeless style, not anymore on earth. And every color are from white to orange. And now they skirt about upon this world. Although these ghosts were once alive on earth. Which wounded them, their hearts do live again. As children here they are given a new birth. From goodness resonating and divine. As children from that horror holocaust. The first to conquer their own lapsing souls. And that their lives by holocaust were lost. 64. Where happy light went out in its collapse. They live again in goodness going forth. The universe prevents a perfect world. But better life for each of utmost worth. My questions free for faith, eternity. It's strange this planet Headbuttressia. In shelter of the night, still in my thoughts. Looks just like Earth, by plan and by idea. To string up next the keys which rush like fates. Then Angel Jill again began to cry. Within that good dream given of the night. To Billy Mac, her husband and her guy. You felt those next of steps, their difference. Your goals to be successful all have failed. Of what yourself deserved, it all was wrecked. Those goals have been such permanently jailed. For kinds of money, or some nameless shores. To have a normal life, to make some wave. With blessings of its buzzing being caught. With art, with music and with words, to pave. That greater clockwork troubling your time. A way for your success, it can't be trailed. That wave's white lip has crashed the shore. Your coffin has been permanently nailed. You came onto this vista by our way. Your goals of each and every favorite one. You caught in purer revelations dropped. Those goals that you, their living, could have done. Another meaning to the sleepy sky. Have been destroyed because of all we said. Shut off from land, from its vacation gold. Because those people did you wrong you're dead. Colossal was your life which they did waste. 65. On earth, and you just wanted good clean fun. Whose end is done whenever they cut by. So much for them, their goodness now is gone. As conduct of the sky when winter leaves. Those goals you had were crushed, one, each and all. The ones you blindly trusted more and more. You wanted to be known by great and small. To have a happiness and peaceful heart. You wanted to be famous there, no doubt. To drop by country clubs and sing your pledge. And do some good on earth, but now you're out. But all is shining wonderful with love. Between the earth and you, a spacey wall. For beauty high and low, you're given hence. That planet Earth is far away, a ball. Its curve is thrown, we're far out of its way. A planet in another galaxy. Such kindness is a greatness to behold. But listen now, some ghosts are speaking free. He took a breath, his soul by friendship moved. Next Billy heard the sound of people there. Now showing him their spectrum with their sounds. Outside his window in the open air. They cast a lifelong likeness of some folk. But they were ghosts who spoke of him outside. To speak with breath like cloud bursts out of doors. A lady ghost to a man ghost cried. A prize is here, it's shining best for us. So who's the new guy living over there? The one who came far out the seat of soul. Yes, him, a new guy. See him. That is rare. We people in the light do walk its ridge. To wonder what he's like, what's up with him. 66. Allowing for the wonder, is he good? Of is he special, smart or is he dim? I seek to know from words that I can catch. I wonder what he's like, that stranger man. Does he stay down or does he wander forth? I wonder what has happened, how began. We'll talk it through unloosing why he's here. The new guy must have come from far away. I've heard it all, yet face to face to meet. Then I would like to meet with him one day. If soon his door's own buzzer gives a trip. To learn about him, if he has a plan. To slice the roadway path or penny weeks. It is our interest now, who is that man? It's time for many breaths and for some test. I wonder what he does, or what he'll do. I'm lost in sundown's spot of color sweet. And does he have a sort of purpose too? In better lands of coming daytime's bloat. We Headbuttressians shall welcome, yes. Like taking fancy cookies from a pot. That guy who's living over there, I guess. To plant a mighty bridge from us to him. We probably should meet to get a clue. To open gateways, future majesties. I do believe he'll talk to us. Hey you. Within this parking lot with time to clear. What do you think he does, and what of how? Beyond the nothingness of airways full of ooze. He got to hear. So who's that new guy now? Their brightness did not drop away with sense. Unseen by Billy, then the man ghost cried. Who plucked the glories from her open mouth? 67. And to the lady ghost he thus replied. We'll stretch and hold like normal seashore sand. Just over there, yes, where we see that guy. Our talk peruses what he could mean to us. Beyond the rail up to the building high. As clouds do change, the colors are less clear. It looks to me that he's the very man. Out here upon the golden land I see. Who by exchange and by some sort of plan. Returning through the shadows, he did move. Moved into Jesus Christ's abode, but why? Like clouds that enter lands without a strife. I just don't understand what's up, oh my. A little net, a few notes just to start. He's now the one in Jesus Christ's old place. Divine insurance makes to save his self. That man in there who has another face. And clear as any mirror, calm and real. Our Jesus moved away, that is a fact. This striking dusk does yield an oddity. Still Jesus left his home the same, intact. I guess he is now happier gone out. As Jesus moved away without a trace. For liberty to be a child or man. As off he went upon some sort of race. For moments, manners of the eyes shut not. That new guy is the one now in that room. Transcending life and death, all around. A nicely set up bedroom, not a gloom. A fortune now, some sensible release. A nice apartment, living there right now. Distinct from cities, and their darting ways. It looks like Jesus Christ has left us, wow. 68. To bear the mask of bare remembrance. And now there is that guy where he did loom. For pots of lovely wisdom to remain. And so he makes his spot in the bedroom. Like waves that make a stir on flattened seas. So Jesus left, and now that guy is there. Out from some emptiness and back into. As Jesus must have vanished into air. These images were thrown like countrysides. When next the lady ghost with him outside. Did speak in sentiments of nothing else. Unto to the man ghost there, she thus replied. Well, peace is best, which he does seem to have. And, he looks nice, but I liked Jesus Christ. Now shadowed over time of days to leave. Who was a good old buddy, I insist. He played in light, the place for every head. He was a friendly neighbor and a friend. Though socially controlled, he's now in flight. I think I'll wonder much unto the end. What next there is to be done with our loss. Why Jesus left, he vanished into mist. From world's descriptive scene, one at the heights. He disappeared and we all get the gist. Upon invention, all of it is all. It seems to me that he did a good thing. For us, our sphere of friends is much to praise. And yet this new guy yonder took his place. A project's to be done upon this stage. And yet I know it's harder to replace. From out a house that's standing light and gay. A man like Jesus, in his vanishing. Ah, what a bliss to have a bard within. 69. With Jesus gone, what will the future bring? The world would yet be rich to see those notes. But still the new guy looks like he is nice. Small practicalities seem radiant. To be set in that place, it is a prize. where sun does from the matters of the soul. What do you think? He cannot be that bad. Next sitting in the dark, now out of it. The new guy must be good, he must be glad. For that blue place, to have his great pitch there. To have that place, though I have said it twice. And comes to age the cradle of his care. That I liked Jesus who was very nice. Oh, did he catch some heavenly leap and win? Yes, I liked Jesus as a neighbor man. To fatherlands he planned to see the world. That Jesus Christ seemed good I understand. Forever whose divine demands are goals. Unto the lady ghost the man ghost cried. Past winter's creeping transcendental stars. And therefore to his dearest friend replied. It's terrible to stop in barren times. I know, I'm gonna miss that Jesus Christ. It's sad to have not right particulars. And Jesus truly disappeared like mist. And not delighted, I desire those climes. I thought that he was a good neighbor too. Who held his head out, time shall meet again. I think it's sad since Jesus really knew. With eager shining eyes that stared at him. The way to be a friend and I could list. As promised dances, yesterday's delights. Of acts he did, so many kinds not missed. 70. A little more imagined for us then. The many things he did when I knew him. Formed out here like a moon with greater care. For him my heart is thankful to the brim. As lights from clouds are drifting loose and forth. I did not realize he had to move. The reason, love. The need remembered well. I wonder why, for need, for want, for love. For patient hands, a sort of spirit's aid. Or for some other reason which is dim. So much to wonder at, connections made. Or therefore was it not some sort of whim? I'd make out something which would be enough. But Jesus was an honest man for sure. The world would be enough for those wingspans. He was a man as if there ever were. With broken teachings aiming to be good. And Jesus had a special kind of way. Now ever, I am sad about what fell. I'm gonna miss that guy, I hope one day. When happiness to master maps the year. He'll tell us why he left, and I assure. With younger face and by the laws of thought. You this, that anybody knew can't be much more. His spirit holds its place inside my dream. And so that new guy cannot now replace. What pains my eyes, whose arrows point supreme. Our former neighbor Jesus in his place. So cried the ghost in tediums that broke. Then back again the lady ghost replied. In softer landscapes, real as children dear. Unto the man ghost with her there outside. I'm at the edge of truth, its tallest form. 71. So with the new guy, what's his story now? Within his house illuminated well. Does anybody know the why or how? To tack the point in end knots evermore. Let's find out why he moved into that place. Where were delightful days of blue and grey. Once occupied by Jesus, let us trace. At last to gather longer luckiness. The story of the new guy, let us know. With public kindness for some sweeter ends. What he is doing over there to show. By further greatness answers for our town. Just what he's up to, why he came, and who. While never rushing like a wet fountain. This new guy is, if he's at all good too. In blasts of light above our chasms climb. Just how he is, and what he's doing here. What's with the weather? Weather has gone by. We both should read his mind to make that clear. All hurry now, lift up like winds our breeze. Let's read his mind right now, right through and through. As nothing becomes capable but quest. To get a better knowledge, yes please do. Our way throughout such sky is disciplined. To get a better understanding, yes. And much is new, the soul has not enough. Of why he's here, and what he'll do with us. For stronger times to have in stiffer sense. Perhaps he came here from a yellow bus. From high oblivion for fresh fancies. And see if he's as friendly as Jesus. Whose timeless rarities, I fear we lost. So let us read his mind, let us not guess. 72. With such a target shot, we will be wise. Let's read his mind, it's open more or less. Caught by its rays that play within the wind. We'll read his mind to see what kind of plan brings changing warmth and great awards to find he has, and learn if he's a friendly man. Now hooked on life, the hopeful hours came. And so they read the mind of Billy M. Some projects did their hearts find wearisome, as he was thinking of his death, and then the sphere returns these projects to appear. A man ghost to those two ghosts replied. Through dusky leaves his slinging spirit flew. The other ghosts who talking were outside. A pleasing paradise points out the stars. Hi Jen and Toby. How have you been? What's new? The beauty in the yard's existence blooms. Hi Toby, Jennifer, so how are you? The stars come slow, and other commerce moves. Hello, my friends, it's good to see you here. For prizes stands the sense your souls provide. Hello kind friends whom I find very dear. To write your meaning, have your love withstood. But there is something now again, it's true. A cloudy image changing hills and sides. So who's the new guy come out of the blue? A man you people witness best who came into the place of Jesus Christ, the home. Near trees all round whose gentle trances store. Where Jesus was before he left to roam. Who grasped it all on course to make us soothed. Where Jesus used to live who was our friend. Much loved by all in weathers of the storms. 73. It seems to me his stay met with some end. As ends do soon what weaker words reply. Because that new guy settled in our town. From roads, transparencies of now possessed. He came into this neighborhood, our own. To catch and hear, delivered by request. And traded places somehow each to each. But certainly your lovely mouth relates an understanding of this fact, I'd like to reach. When winged off land, as heirs of life are found. I think I'd like to learn just who he is. Whose pitch descends that's partly dark indeed. Who took the place of Jesus Christ, what biz? Promethean could be, much noise replies. Does he have now, his character? Please teach. And fit all in, that hope will come around. Just who he is, if bitter, or a peach. What wisdom does he keep for all engaged? What does the new guy do in his own turn? To have his wave succeed, what his life like? Just that is something which I'd like to learn. As light would mingle with tomorrow's array. The lady ghost unto the man ghost too. With vapored whispers, standing days then close. Did speak to him about the guy who's new. A glory of the garden's blessing grows. His name is this, Binevuva, he's called. From rising clouds where highest spaces stand. To Headbuttressia he has been led. To pierce the soil in deepest dark of day. Binevuva, or Billy McBride. Though millions doubt the new air and the grace. He's had some sort of special kind of ride. 74. From separate, lonely wraths of hungers old. Which brought him here inside that place now walled. Of ancient grounds, by stars supreme surveyed. So far this information his mind told. In solemn thoughts, not secrets to refuse. He's come from far away, a planet Earth. Abandoned on a heavy summer day. To here, he had a special kind of birth. An answer, touched, what thought prepared to sail. His other home, the earth, from where he came. Past glares of wider sunlight on the hill. Is farther off, and could RSHEM the same. Experienced, with hope attended words. Our God from whom we came, for what it's worth. Past sunlight which no foolish guessing pains. Does help this Billy Mac now to go forth. To watch with us the evening's glare and mend. By bringing him, Binevuva to here. Where summer's precious memories distill. He had a sort of problem there, I fear. He was moved through its shady full convey. But Billy McBride Binevuva. In answered thoughts, his gentle words prevail. A longer name, he somehow switched by law. With gentleness, in space sublime he changed. The places, his with Jesus Christ's, it's clear. As distant mountain sunsets light the door. He home is stuffed with copies of his gear. For love again, its vague return does bless. And now he's come from his own distant land. Too sharp, he struggled but success now's here. To live with us we mostly understand. He had a silent retrospective breast. 75. The man ghost too unto the others cried. Presented with his rarest friends, resigned. To both the other ghosts that ghost replied. Now wisdom's squeezed, its needed strength divides. Binevuva, that really is a name. With excellence to praise in pleasure's own. It sounds like bunny boo boo, it's the same. To state while home while feathered flowers sway. Binevuva sounds nothing such like Christ. Still memory with language quests a name. Though, Billy McBride, I get the gist. For good with no more questions to decide. He's got two names, for that him cannot blame. In distant calls in final thoughts addressed. To do so would be courting a wrong aim. A proudest object's pierce of shining flame. But also other than his name we say. And falling in another distant place. His funny name which connects vu to ne. His ground has left polluted roads behind. And other than those things we just now know. Of little paths for future ways to guide. I'd really like to learn and have it show. To solitudes of green with and sky. If that the new guy, Billy Mac, is gay. As bright and strangest splashing waves delight. Yes, gay, perhaps that is the case to stay. What left our blossoms dropping in the air? I wonder that. It seems to me a thing. To echo with the sounds of air and heaven. To now consider, doing so will bring. No doom to swifter understanding's might. It is some sort of uttermost concern. 76. Past shady clouds of peace these words apply. What do you think? Are we to check and learn? He with the winds made entrance and designed. If he, the man they call Binevuva. A breeze and what our jolly hearts require. If he is someone so, if he is, our imagination must surprise embrace. If he, Binevuva, is gay. Let's see. To learn if mature's glories would decline. What answer we can figure that will be. To know that, builders of the whole required. Then next the lady ghost to all she cried. With hope, the taken golden land of day. And spoke some more of Billy McBride. Past times when guilty worrying is done. I do believe that Billy Mac is gay. Our happy business depends on that. And what is there remaining yet to say? I know to act, no waste of time defend. My deep suspicion normally is right. Below the sky, the home of love divine. That he is gay, it must be brought to light. As sunlight dazzles on the ground its gold. By intuition that's the better way. And calms the future coming uncontrolled. I have a funny feeling right now. Hey. As falling lights both sick and strong inspire. Yes, now it's obvious, it's perfect, ha. In peaceful and attractive dawn of day. I do believe that he, Binevuva. Though time somehow has scattered him away. Now occupying Jesus's old place. Who fell from high, before the great abyss. 77. By lawful moving in, without a trace. As he, in sudden solitude, he left. And where did Jesus go, nobody saw. So went my calculations in debate. But yet I see as if it were a law. Beyond the sweep my patience gained its way. I do believe that Billy McBride. As mountains wild of granular decay. That he we see within from here outside. Who leap across with pleasant flying praise. Is gay, I know it in my lady's heart. As human kindness comes, which lurked from late. If there's a challenge to that, do not start. To struggle with my happy self and make. The challenge since I have that certain pride. To tell what had no patient rest abused. It's so, because my lady heart inside. Defines coherence in this story yet. Yes, usually is right, it must be yet. To congregate to better sayings crowned. That Billy Mac is gay, on that I'll bet. So welcome best this author's shadowed name. Like mighty rocks down solemn mountains slide. The man ghost one unto the others cried. With strength, if sentences would heal disdain. Unto the other ghosts he so replied. For sounds serene of days which rush to climb. Hey everybody, look at the new guy. The newness there without much thought denied. Hey all, the guy is gay, don't ask me why. Oh love, no ceaseless contradictions gain. He's gay, the guy in Jesus Christ's old place. The deepest secrets of his mind maintain. 78. He's gay, his body, self and face. As things in flight, the bridge to heaven's light. And everybody in this place come by. Let ceaseless moments coming claim for more. Under the clouds and underneath the sky. That changes which our sense and home achieve. Look at the new guy Billy McBride. With beams of light which beasts approach of leave. The guy we all can see from here outside. A creature which we sweetest people know. Look at him, Billy Mac, the new guy's gay. To make a go to pierce creative sense. Look at Bienvenue to all I say. As peace, the blessings of the seasons send. That Billy Mac is gay, so gay inside. We trust in ways unknowable to grow. So gay is Billy Mac, he cannot hide. While days draw grace intending excellence. To be a gay guy, that's his certain plan. Now out in air where commended life is strong. Look everybody at the new gay man. In his imagination pure and true. Who's living inside Jesus's old home. To him might prove a supreme wealth in store. As Jesus moved, that new guy made his own. With face relieving all the remedy. That former place of Jesus, understand. Is steady, and in passing time, he moved. From here to there and up and down the land. Within the twilight, receiving half of love. That Billy McBride, the new guy there. Though sad, with peaceful face we understand. Is gay, his body, self and face and hair. 79. With single face these country regions see. The lady ghost then to the others cried. Accepting limits there to pace the land. And in a funny ghostly way replied. I see in twilight, pacing air and light. The new guy Billy McBride is gay. It's kept that nothing resonate before. The new gay guy is here and here to stay. Not tossed aside, as truth has taken more. The new gay guy is Billy McBride. Relaxing in his bed perpetual. He is so gay out and inside. His happiness has multiplied in space. So gay he is, and that is what we say. On lands where monumental houses be. So gay he is, so get out of his way. To search for flowers on some long time walk. So here he is, he's gay, and it is true. And he's not been forgotten certainly. That we have a gay guy who is new. As sweetest friendship revealed a better wide. Moved into Jesus Christ's apartment pad. He saw a way to solve for good, it's plain. To have his home, the new guy must be glad. With his own frozen memories surveyed. To be here, and he's gay to me and you. His inward rugged patience must remain. Bienvenue as gay as waters blue. He bridges blue which cloudy moments made. So gay he is, this one, Bienvenue. In neighborhoods, these happy places near. Yes, true, Bienvenue is new, ha ha. To search the now as choice of time is strong. 80. So gay, and yet a guy who's found a home. A gift for him, in tender landscapes long. A home inside as Jesus left his own. In order with the morning clear of woe. And honest Jesus, whom we knew and saw. To keep unselfish pleasures free from pain. Did go away from here to some place far. As trapped in light, the bliss surrounding days. Did leave it for this gay guy, yes this guy. Now watching airy temples of the sky. Who's gay inside and out, it's so, oh my. With tenderness is soaring through the night. Then Billy Mac next to his angels cried. Whose height is distant from the world below. And being quite confused again replied. These spirits lower to my upward eye. I understand they read part of my mind. Across the blue, where stretching sculptures flow. And doing so, a few facts they did find. Sagacious swells suspended in my place. But why is it that they all think I'm gay? While springing higher, climbing clouds increase. If only they read further in their way. Like masses of a clean and tall array. My mind, they'd know it's nothing of the kind. Which puffing proud they moved to make embrace. You'd think that facts their readings of should bind. In ere these figures shift their limits round. Though nothing's wrong with being a gay guy, or being on the verge of heaven's peace. And I am in a quandary as to why. With glory stretching to the sky the ghosts, still being puzzled, why they think that I, 81, who's soft of shape, with rising rays of fame, am gay, it makes no sense although I try. Now pushing up to dazzle on my way, to be open with all and not be shy, with visions to their eyes as warm as day. You'd think that should not propagate a lie, as will my heart its narrow flame embrace. Of 30 angel wives they should yet learn, illuminating pure that kindled flame. For 30 angels lovely I do yearn, whose candle in an ancient shine appears. I'm married to each and every one. Past darkness hangs the golden thing entire. I love you wives, and all our good clean fun. You sweeten sparkles of my silent place. I love you, and you me love in return. You shine your faces, feathered light is made. It always is the case your love I earn. Obscure as truth, the night's dark temples spread. But why, oh why do each and every ghost, in loveliness, whose distance blurs ahead, outside think I am gay as they do boast, with softest ways to clear that limit more? Next angel hope to Billy Mac replied, as time unfolds its part, as beauty grows, and with a loving heart the angel cried, your soul, that splendid shade's bereft of light. I know, dear Billy, you're a bit concerned, that it is called delusive in its days, that those outside with silliness have turned, as trees endure the weather of their days, that they, the ghosts, now think that you are gay, for happy laughter in this shaded place. 82. They spread that rumor all around, that they, who go upon their ancient westward way, have figured out because they think they learned to lead the way tomorrow, from you to show some secret that their readings have returned, as weather changes out the golden skies. Some secret in your mind which they did read. You wonder what its promise is and how, though reading well has not been done, indeed. And time will look beyond this time of now. Of course they read it wrong as we all know. For power, not for rest, this moment glides. Though, even if you were, and you did show, beyond the rush, like sun, the light and day, the thing that their bad read did plant the seed, resolved before each person understands that you were gay, still it would be a deed, as sleep returning follows still its way, of which there would be nothing wrong, you see, to face with calm what future plans require, as you have figured out, and so have we, to come again with patience for its prize, as you already know, and we all are, in rain or shine, where other times divide, quite happily in unison, and rare, as souls who stepped into the shining light. Our marriage each to each must be that light whose golden treasuries they all divide. And, it is wonderful as you to me, as patience in the goodness of your quest, as far as that they think you're gay they boast, for changes into wisdom's done or tried. They just think that because they are silly ghosts. 83. So burned before the pretty day's retreat. And so the man ghost too to all replied, who seemed to be what holy people might. But, with a shock the man ghost too thus cried, in richest silence much we understand. What? Hey! He knows Tobshbieb, he knows her well. Before our perfect pleasures would increase. He knows Tobshbieb, like brass a brassy bell. It was not long a wait for which I guessed. He knows that lady, that is kind of odd, with coming destinies to which he's bound. For how on Headbuttressia did God, whose soul reversed no wish he claimed for peace, bring Billy Mac to here where I can tell, whose moments, which last night, became profound, to here, a place where all of us do dwell. In space, it would confuse the move he made. Somehow he still met Tobshbieb, indeed. As sun to sky, now to a future age. I've learned this now because his mind I read. Like eyes to eyes, like friend again to friend. That's strange, I never knew she knew of him. To pass with ample airiness around. The new guy, Billy Mac or Billy M. whose strongest solitudes engage our thoughts. The newest guide to come here, by some deed. Alone by guided way into the deep. I learned that they are close as I did read. To spare my soul this spacious void I found. His mind and found that plain old sort of fact. Returning like a bird to nest enclosed. Which prior knowledge of that fact is lacked. I'm glad as all with heaven in the end. 84. Tobspieb, you know, Tobspieb, one lady here. Who smiled ago when came that time proposed. On Headbuttressia this planet where no emptiness displays a world with light. Tobspieb and Billy McBride do act. Within the splendid mirror, in its light. As if they have a union of a pact. They stand in front as to some great sunrise. As if they know each other, figure that. With better work, that crystal window shields. Tobspieb and Billy McBride. What? What? Towards daily labors of the coming day. Then Billy McBride to hope replied. And hanging up his glassy face's stare. And speaking of his wife, he gently cried. Again, a silent person not to fear. Of course I know Tobspieb, I married her. While sunbeams in the wilderness resolved. Of course I did it with my heart to lure. In shadows of the sailing butterfly. With you and all the other 30 beings. Who answer to the fading day's revolve. My angel marriages, and 30 rings. Must like a river go on far away. With one for me. I do not wish to stir. For good their spirits by returning make. Up too much trouble by my love for her. Whose welcome riches for my own repair. Or make a problem with these ghosts outside. Where thoughtful scattered blessings fill the air. Who have my mind now read to be their guide. Like patient swaying light of dawn and sky. But, yes, Tobspieb and I, in love, we are. 85. I love her peace in her infinity. And her I love, as she's my guiding star. Delighting me upon my gentle way. Who helps her guide, me, Billy McBride. Again across these simple flowers pace. From loving her, my wife, I have not shied. Ah, welcome weather, halfway through this place. I did not know they knew her, that's all right. A plan was planned perhaps to be renowned. For I will love her in my great delight. Her friendly face as landscapes wishing light. For still I love Tobspieb as much today. Her glory travels and is farther found. While even all these ghosts think I am gay. What better woman bides to bless with breath? As much I love her every day and night. She finds me hope which, crippled, comes from care. Both night and day, through darkness and when light. As if a pen makes clear my thoughts' delight. So, yes, of course I married her, that's that. Her frequent love does give my answers way. I know her as my bride and wife, that's what. Inspiring speedy help and excellence. Then angel hope to Billy McBride. With reason, common function and expense. Her husband and her loving friend, replied. While time in gliding hours takes its stroll. Dear Billy, that about Tobspieb is true. A drifting over minutes helps you find. Though you have married us, your loving crew. Which lines of many hours granted made. They did know her, your sweetie angel wife. Who passes in day's deepest present slow. 86. Who helps you so much regulate your life. Still in the dark twilight of night's kindness. They knew about her once, and now do you. Her certain friendships near and far, behold. But there's no reason you should make ado. Though notions sound so funny to your soul. Tobspieb loves us and you so much, you see. In sheltered life that feels the day's control. Yet still, Tobspieb once lived here happily. Perfect to them as knew tomorrow's best. A Headbuttressian before you met. As came the sun to private painted night. She lived here once, and then for earth she set. As wavy grasses in a future light. Where she and you and we did meet, Billy. Supportive angels pass your time in bliss. Which ever since has been right naturally. We teachers softly wait upon the air. And once she came to earth, next we met her. To whom we give our love as mild as night. Our angel spirits did begin to stir. with plenty unknown feelings as of yet. You know her other name is Patty Cake. You find her light is mighty in your life. And then we found you, yes, for our good sake. Still innocent always and free of strife. And then we all got married, as it were. On ground all bright where wind at times will glide. It happened for the best, yes we are sure. Now here to heal to spoil your loneliness. So you and her and we became a team. Near cities homes from heaven's seat bereft. But once she lived here, then to earth she came. 87. Approaching faces in his turn with them. Then Billy Mac to Angel Hope inside. At last did look at things to be in place. His breast, to her, his wife, he so replied. Still infinite and useful now for day. I'm glad to find that out, dear Hope, my wife. You bring yourself when called, you're mild and fair. I'm glad to know now not to ask what if, I sit this minute, stay for wiser parts. My angel wife and super awesome guide. Heroic measures call for patient hearts. That dear Tobspieb, another wife McBride. To think of nothing more but meanings here. Once lived here in an otherworldly life. In matters to discover much with joy. Apart from any of the earthly strife. When worlds, alas, when worlds are lost of late. I'm happy now you plant that seed. To stage a wisdom and success. I'm glad she did, and now I know indeed. Commanding memories to show your might. Her better than before, dear Patty Cake. Who's best of all a friend, as is the sun. Who is Tobspieb, for everybody's sake. With gifts that have no end of her friendship. Who helps me cook and talk and paint and read. When sun does set, her whitest light will show. Who takes charge as an angel in her lead. Down many worlds with stimulating things. And who is sweet when doing it, and kind. On way to newer seas with newer light. But other than that fact, there's on my mind. To brighten up night's ancient image yet. 88. That silly question which of late I ask. For wonders now to share that play still out. I hope it's not an inconvenient task. Crowding not your heart with any strife. To answer since it's of a silly kind. High up throughout this world with things to know. And let me ask again you to remind. To change my world or mind so rich below. But of these friendly ghosts outside who say. Who comprehend the sun and God and us. They know her, why do all believe I'm gay? While oddities of night's romance recline. Next all the ghosts and Billy heard the call. Of what made everybody cold to grow. Of sirens in the distance past the wall. So darkened all the strengths of meanings there. Then to the ghosts the lady ghost replied. As night still wore her coat before the dawn. And being startled certainly she cried. O loving God of mine! O farewell rest! Be quiet! Do you hear that sound again? The world is breaking our own pleasures still. It is not any siren of a train. That's trapped within the present to remind. That dreaded sound of sirens further off. Which we have yet to understand they're wrong. The ones we hate of which we fear and scoff. By sitting, could we overcome those wrongs? It's them, they are coming, yes, indeed, it's them. We all must rise like heaven does with day. Let's quit our talk concerning Billy M. While still the sun comes through for us and land. Let's get inside us all, and hurry, please. 89. If only trust could now appear by turn. And hurry quickly as a sudden sneeze. I'm set to mark this as my only goal. We must not be outside where we are seen. With useful work of feet not to neglect. We all are to be hidden, yes, I mean. To make us disappear like drops of woe. Right now. They come, the Nazi bad police. And not to counsel someone else's pains. They're almost here, to bother all our ease. Alive and wild, they are coming for our souls. The Nazi cops are coming for us all. With wounds all drawn into the wilderness. The Nazi cops will capture us, they shall. Beyond the old bare sands of hissing lands. And we all know to hide from them to stop. With journeys back to town to be hidden. Each bad and every awful Nazi cop. of death-destructive lives amid their hands. From finding us out here or in the hall, like winds that threaten us to strike us down. Oh, they could find us near the building's wall, our heads crisscrossing here before the dawn. Let's go, the Nazi cops are round about. Our lives do gape for years all onward kept. The sirens blare, they come for us, no doubt. And, here a few cold words of air were blown. Therefore the angel Hope to Billy cried, while soul-cold branches spun around a bit. And having better knowledge, thus replied, as I have know how life is always thrown. They all are scared and go because they feel no sun right now for fun but colder winds. 90. That Nazi cops are people who are real, who outside rustle like some unseen spooks. That Nazi cops are out to get them, true. But makers of our time are more careful. But there's no Nazi cop for them or you. Some vividness desires not to disturb. Or us, no Nazi cop to deal the deal. To have suffer outside tomorrow's gloom. No Nazi cop is coming here to steal. In hours of some ticking timeless band. Them off, the ghosts have nothing here to fear. As time of a strange newness comes back still. No Nazi bad police will so appear. Outside is everything, outside they borrow. They honestly believe those siren sounds, like August leaves, will blow them all as dead. Are Nazi bad police upon these grounds? Their month-sown flower buds won't that way close. But nothing of the sort is really here. But simple ghosts who march in lines and rows. They are safe, you bet, so lend a grateful ear. Your little happiness is like a golden wine. They are safe as always, ever as can be. In fall of evening's beauty of its red. Though they like you are never worry-free. Your souls must dry your tears that gently pass. And they do worry when they hear the call. That is beyond a noise, that is a hope. Of sirens in the distance which appall. Those poor ghosts seeing more to care for prayer. Those ghosts, but they are safe as you and me. As new stars that descend into the black. They are safe upon this planet, yes, you see. 91. To think how great words cipher in their minds. It's just a thing they got into each head. With simple reasons of a worth to come. But as you know they are already dead. The summer's airy heaven seemed so big. Then Billy Mac to Angel Hope replied. Wherever more stars shone outside out back. Unto that angel wife and love he cried. In night a moon climbs up unto her height. So here I am in Headbuttressia. A lonely pretty soul in sight to cope. And, it's a world to me, benez-vous vac. My eyes do capture all of its poor shield. A planet new to me, but not to you. Who come upon the open air like ice. And Jesus Christ designed my place, it's true. As lovely years always are worlds away. Identical to where I used to live. Ah. My soul is out of character to have. It's like my earthly place that I once saw. He had a personality so nice. It is so strange that he would do this thing. To find delight in my old soul that came. To make it same by some remembering. Remembering my broken sticks, my field. To make his rooms exactly look like mine. Perceiving much my fear of winter rifts. He must have had some plan and good design. From labors fair to learn me by delight. A plan to have an impact on something. As I am cast in time that gives me toss. Before Shem did rescue me and bring my timely life of old to stop hurting. 92. Out here as I was saved from violent death. To be yet lifted up as clothes when sewn. A death by them that happened back on earth. Of my lost soul which came to this new home. From bad men back on earth who murdered me. Within the side-spun spaces of last night. And my own reputation trashed, I see. That through the rolling air I was called. They sold my art, they took away my breath. Beyond the wide hilltops, it flew and blew. By dealing me that awful sort of death. New beams speared open through my earthly life. And I am dead, but Jesus fixed my place. Where evening's airs submit their loss and calm. The same, and then he left without a trace. The old light there was now relinquished far. Then Angel Hope to Billy McBride. As dreary old light came out of the night, her loving human husband thus replied. Now thicker clouds do shroud around the moon. Now Billy, write this down for those who ask. While longer shadows are in darkness rolled, do get it down like pulling off a mask. With much of poesy and much more of prose. Your own new lease is this, a four-booker. As simple are the eyes upon a sea. Right, Daisy Miller Sabbath's Theatre. The bats and stars are past the long-shore dunes. The miller's tale and one more in this task. Like nourishments from gardens laying down. I know it's like you've drunk wine from a flask. With green tints greener drifting in day's best. You feel intoxicated and at ease. 93. As if this place is blessed in heaven's rest. Right paradise lost that list is now your lease. Soon will the lovely sun rest in its space. By that we're living here now fair and square. These present ends are dear as like some myths. And Jesus was so ordinary here. Where all this world does dart in simple awe. A normal guy, all living in his peace. His one lone ship in peace did shift away. He lived well like a sheep within its fleece. More of the best of skies send us their showers. The ghosts know nothing of his former life. It's that his sod wants lonely beauty's rest. But you do now by trusting your own wife. Like land becoming in its refund blessed. As you were saved, Shem did also that. With all the play of skill for his own life. For him, like you, he felt no pain impact. With no new battles but with kindness true. When he was saved from all that wicked strife. $4 yonder in their coat pockets. In effigy they thought they took his life. They brought their frolic over upon him. In effigy bad men thought they made you out by your ripe green fruit, but like a weed. As well to suffer, you were saved, it's true. Thus did he take like new winds to the air. So Billy wrote these items down and cried. Who longed for a fulfillment of his wish. And to his sweetest angels thus replied. Past grass outside in sadder weathers, here. That is amazing that we both were saved. To work again from ways of heaven's grace. 94. I trust you that was how our decks were played. Within this piece of old, our minds alike. And in a way the same to feel no pain. Like bitten grapes are savored over lunch. As bad men thought that they would somehow gain much water for their own, their clover's roots. Advantage yet beyond some path they paved. Like some big ship upon the brink still set. It was our loss by them to be made dead. We are together wonderful, entwined. But here on Headbuttressia, by God. To lend some wisdom new which we would seek. This place identical to earth is odd. All of the stars outside look just the same. As if our maker played some kind of trick. Within this pleasant week for travel meek. To help us live again around to stick. With final hopes more sought than ever so. But that's a mystery I will not ask. Though heights do shine so great and blue and clear. I'll keep the mystery a sort of mask. From towering showers of the weather's air. When upon earth these ghosts were killed, the cost. So many lonely creatures on the plains. On earth. They are children of the Holocaust. And like an open walk along a shore. Now living here, who question me, a task. As sea moss has its covers on the rocks. By reading me from out of my own cask. Past vivid lonely flows of tempest rains. As surely I was buried back on earth. My breath not coming from its window ope. Where now my life has very little worth. 95. Its tide did drop and more sand was revealed. By reading what I think, my memories. Like noon whose I come in a day high peak. Without my own approval as they please. And past the good rift of the day's delay. And when some time did pass, to Billy cried. Like ice upon a frigid watered land. The angel Richard so to him replied. The fire is classified now to unfold. You are in hell, now, Billy McBride. The fire has kept its secrets all pent up. To hell itself we took you on a ride. The fire notes to expose what all it knows. Yes, Billy McBride, you are in hell. The fire knows joy in your confusion. They played a trick on you, yes, can't you tell? The fire's own joy is felt in conferences. You Billy M, in hell you are inside. In everlasting conferences, fire exists. To hell itself you all of us did guide. The fire talks with some messengers divine. In hell itself with it you shall now sit. The fire does bubble life for your own soul. You think that this is not, but this is it. The fire lets down itself on this occasion. The afterlife of doom and fire and gloom. In fire's own time you can't escape to rest. In hell, yes, hell, for you they made some room. The fire has splendid freedom to collect. For you to stay, to dwell, to sit, to fit. The fire's own freedom is momentous for itself. There will you stay, you can't leave by your wit. The fire is able, powerfully frank. 96. You are in hell, I say it is the case. While fire's familiar to its own self here. That you are here, your body, soul and face. The fire does like its sparing life of fire. And you will be here forever, yes indeed. The fire lifeblood is ever building here. Without a way out even if you plead. The fire takes what was transferred into fire. This is the very hell, the very place. Where fire absolved your dismal situation. Not where above you're gone without trace. The fire is heavenly crowded aloof. Where you'll now stay forever, me believe. The fire's own messengers are its best friends. And here you'll be always, you cannot leave. As weary walking, coming to a breach. Then Billy thus to Angel Richard cried. Like playing in the shade of a green yard. And to his angel brother this replied. At home I am, as quiet as on grass. You surely must be joking, Richard R. You've come into this sweetest garden yard. You must be joking, joking, hardy ha. From kingdoms yonder by some seaside land. My angel Richard Rorty, about hell. Though in the kind blind shadows of midnight. I'm not in hell, you're kidding, I can tell. I'm flooded still with wonders new to me. My angel Richard Rorty, and brother. Like coming azure beads of dew at dawn. Why to me, your own brother, be a bother. So much of nature already is so bleak. You would not do me wrong and put me there. 97. Not glad in darkness thinning by my stay. Inside that fiery place inside its lair. The skies that hop over this world are gay. I know also that I am good and smart. A time for pleasant work has come to me. You must be telling me a fib, my heart. Against the dryness of your frolic here. Does say to me you are. Why do you dare? With weary weight, upon this friendly world. Why would you make me with that pull my hair? Like traveling fountains of a rainy sky. I'm Jewish, silly angel, so are you. I hear the cries again of thunder weak. You silly thing are Jewish too. Beyond the phantom mountains of the sky. And, Richard, neither you nor I believe. That rock-like fiery things have gabled high. That hell exists which nobody can leave. Fire lights in triumph when the dusk does lie. There is no hell for many or for few. No handing of my clay into the fire. There's no such scary world, it can't be true. In moving breaths of months such as the May. That you know this, I know it for a fact. A full day's gardening comes up tomorrow. I know you're joking, Richard. I'm intact. And with suspense alone, there came a moan. Then unto Billy, Angel Richard cried. In sadness of the fortune of his lot. And to his human brother thus replied. The fire's own equals are the angels high. Oh Billy Mac, I'm kidding, can't you tell? The fire does mention gorgeous things to you. 98. I'm kidding, yes, you're really not in hell. The fire is laughing in a shining load. Just kidding still again, that's where you are. The fire's sad fountain glows within the room. You're really in that underworld and far. In fire's eternal night's deserted drop. Away from being comforted with ease. Behold the fire's own lingering of fruit. Away from doing all the things you please. Where fire's own season makes return in space. Away from being helped, and there you'll stay. In fire's own toiling shadows to be sad. You will be there forever from today. The fire's serene is infinite of fall. And nobody shall rescue you at all. The fire contrives its strength under the earth. Like others put there you did have a fall. The fire views even more shapes of the trees. And there you'll sit down every night and day. The fire's dominion forms its precedence. To us there will be nothing else to say. The fire yields to a knowledge to be thick. You think that I am kidding, ha ha ha. The fire's own gorgeous whispering does sound. I know it is the case, Benez vac. The fire's celestial, an image lights. My Billy McBride, your other name. The fire's sad flowers shine exposed to you. From earth you went, and into hell you came. With fire, unsearchable in time from all. To dwell forever, that is such the law. The fire in time brings fruits displeasurable. You're damned because you have a fatal flaw. 99. In time, the fire's dry rising things do strive. So Billy Mac, you're very very low. The fire's own sacred world resounds again. And I'm not kidding, this is what I know. A moody scholar to the window brought. Then Billy so to Richard thus replied. A wise step for a famous day has come. And to his angel brother Billy cried. Like old lost books are found as things of glee. I'm not in hell, Richard, that much I know. There are no ill-lit lights to light me such. And neither am I damned, that much is so. They're only skies to fall air-blown and damp. If I were Christian, atheist or such. Or coming near the places of the past. If I were Buddhist, Muslim, Jew as much. From earth's own frozen time beyond at last. Whomever that I was, you should now know. While coldest oceans roll in water's song. Whomever that I was, it will not show. All outside with a wonder has been lost. That I or any of these kinds of folk. Or fools in love belong there, that is true. That anybody underground will poke. Enough has man with wrongs and awful songs. To go to hell as from some kind of fall. Lured by no more delightful songs of love. I know that heaven is a place for all. All have desires for beauty of all things. Some heaven is our end, that's not a joke. I'm certainly delighted by a rose. It happens such, and there's no fire nor smoke. As every day creates its own best beauty. 100. Eternal, just eternal talk and bliss. That life in time is cleared of all its rough. Perhaps with other loves there we shall kiss. And dance compounded with the lives we have. I'm telling you, my angel, you can tell. From travels from your yellow lightning spark. That neither I nor you are in a hell. Brought down that bleak road here a few miles out. Nor anybody dead in that place is. I'm ready now to turn the bed lights off. Please cease. Your target's spot is one you miss. As skies do drop some rain into the sea. So cut the joking, we both know you kid. Soon ready, waiting, I'll have morning sleep. I'm not in hell, I'm not inside it hid. With rising, falling wings all in a thrill. Then Angel Richard back to Billy cried. With one desire to pass his angel's lips. And to his human brother so replied. The fire's immoral muses wheel in space. How do you, Billy, know you're not in hell? The fire's own wealth is kindled in its flight. What choir of angels tolled upon a bell? The fire's day deepens in its stony life. You must be awfully smart to argue that. While fire's own passive trembling sea is gold. When what I know is that is where you're at. The fire's smoke-broken whirls in darkness end. In hell you say you're not, how can you tell? The fire's offensive space does wander night. From earth, from all its pleasures, here you fell. The fire's own beams love heaven naturally. How do you, Billy, argue otherwise? 101. The fire's own entrance is entrance of hundreds. Is not this world around a great disguise? The fire's assured thoughts are glorious. Have you some sort of special sophistry? The fire roars in the fire's own free report. Some magic sort of will to make it be. As fire's own brightness flames to make itself. That what I have been telling you are lies. The fire's own kingdom offers plenty flight. Can out of hell its members ever rise? The fire does walk to brood upon the rich. From it and once again earth's pleasures drink. The fire presents and seeks out knowledge new. In hell, I say, you are, and you do think. The fire does smile and rolls into a view. That you can tell me by persuading me. As fire's alive with millions of night stars. That hell does not exist from what you see. As fire discourses with the angel's thoughts. And no, your knowledge is the missing link. The fire within the evening's great cloud lives. It's written down in your own bloody ink. The fire in wandering plucks what fell from trust. If you are not in hell, where are you then? The fire receives a wondrous face of late. How do you know you're not there, Billy M. For good warn weather, Billy next did check. Then Billy Mac to Angel Richard cried. As if a joy could build back very soon. And to his angel brother thus replied. As upper leaves fall flatly down to sit. Dear Angel Richard Rorty, I can tell. Past barest coldest seasons of the year. 102. With all my being, there are none who fell. So clues are given understanding great. And so I'm not in hell. It's possible. In my own chosen blessed interpretations. It's possible to argue. I am liable. To be an audience and get response. To explain now to you I'm not in hell. As in the end a stillness can be found. I feel that I am fine, that I am well. As coming change beyond this time will tell. I think you'll see that I can rebuke you. Not by inactions of this time denied. But in a speedy time, in good way too. Though I am fascinated by your spark. Your argument is false, it isn't sound. It's not a game, but clear as day to me. It's obvious that I'm not underground. With words that do not question about that. In hell, and I believe, no, it's true. I feel that I'm on paths with memory. It's not my destiny, that rendezvous. A fullness comes by making my own soul. It's very silly that you say I'm there. You're wasting any teaching about that. So cut it out. This jesting, do you dare? Why are you pushy? Are you mad with me? And I am going to prove that you are wrong. Though I am interlocked in mystery. And not just by my own conviction strong. And bridge with goodness what you want to know. And not just pull out anything from air. To teach you that we're losing time for truth. Because for truth and honesty I care. 103. As thoughts expand like upward galaxies. But you will see that I know where I'm at. This is no game with words enough to say. And I will show you by some proof of that. And in dramatic new delight he spoke. Thus Billy Mac began his long defense. As urgently the story moves and grows. From books he read to prove that the offense. While not in nature's wide world's languished place. Of hell does not exist and Bill is fine. His much consideration, grew amazed. And then to Billy, Richard said the line. The fire lives in the arrows ground about. So how does Billy know he's not in hell? The fire returns to beam within the gulf. How do you think that you are really well? As fire is looked at by the nomad's wet. I say you're there, and I'm an angel, right? The fire's entrance is veiled as great thoughts fall. An angel within you, an inner light. The fire bends offered nature to lost heirs. Who has more knowledge ringing as a bell? The fire does raise in strength its creature's light. You soul is something which you once did sell. The fire does wing its great, not gentle light. And you're in hell, yes, Billy McBride. The fire goes down the stairs unto the ground. In it, a place that's shut off from outside. As fire springs farewells in delight of heaven. The place for those who go because of sin. While fire obscures the eloquence of night. A sin which you committed, now you're in. The fire does weep when born in secret red. 104. The place eternal, judged, where you'll abide. The fire makes much a riot in its sea. No angel you from out this place will guide. As fire's words bolt out light unto the stones. Since you are damned forever starting now. The fire returns in higher steps to creep. But say you otherwise. Then let it show. While fire creeps to the unsuspecting shade. That you are dumber even than you think. The fire's wings hang unquenching of a thirst. You think that reading books has been the link. The fire rests in the lamps of flight, its lights, of which can prove you're not in hell right now. The fire always obscures the pasture hole. Then let me find you know for sure just how. While fire is parent of a nothingness, to humor me, I'll let you try and prove, as fire ebbs on behalf its golden light, that hell does not exist at all. Your move, at home where light leaps over seas. Then Billy Mac to Angel Richard cried, now, in a hole whose pass is good thereof. And to his angel brother thus replied, from my tea-ringed cup of smoke, I do bestow. Do you, dear Richard, want to know of hell? You stall as sand worldwide, our us-bus went. I think that I can so explain it well, as nothing but the stars go on for cycles. What hell is, Richard? Maybe I will start this here, not stolen top of now provides, explaining what that concept is apart. By country Muska Spring can be serene, from actually being such a place to tell. 105. The walls are at their heights to heal superb. I think that together shall now gel, without a moaning, under eyes who watch. That I do understand what you should know. I work so to power like peaceful seas. Do you, dear angel, really want me now? My sticky talk is given to this and that, to tell you what it is, what hell exists. A truth savine cloud drunk of its own blue. You know I'm Jewish, but of Jesus Christ, who caught a light from earth and waved it back. I'll not yet mention now, although somehow, whereat a natural heart is overcast, our lives are set together, it does show, as does an ancient Oda Grey award. Our lives are interlinked upon this world, and in a dreamy mood, I do stall here. Such lives are here to be with each unfurled. A matter of my own goodbye was gleamed. This Headbuttressia, a planet new, and memories are dressed by time's own food. To me, but that it's hell, that is not true. As lying is a bore, a fool's moonstruck. Nor anywhere is hell forever hurled. I know the tale beholding fools sometimes. I am not therefore in its underworld. My Jewish bridge goes farther out. I know you're quite demanding of my point. Some stimuli arrangers played for sky. Do you, of hell, want knowledge of that joint? Beyond the mountain, stars did go passing. Then Angel Richard so to Billy cried. From out a little bit of heaven spoke. 106. And to his human brother thus replied. The fire does offer beams to visitors. Well, yes, I do, you're in it, Billy Mac. The fire does frame itself against a mortal world. I've traced your fall in its descending track. The fire does merit wisdom in its wealth. In hell you're in, it can't be otherwise. While fire discourse is dangerous in its state, to say you're not in hell would promote lies. The fire's own eyes approach the realm of ground, so therefore you can try some weak attack, as fire expresses and possesses place. To make return to earth, you can't come back. The fire does waste the wealth of millions more. To prove your being there, remember this. The fire delivers glory to the night. Remember who is who, this fact you miss. The fire with fierce appearance makes transport. Who is the angel and who is the man? The fire leads spirits to the silent door. Do angels ever make it seem they can? While fire has flames that blacken all the field. Be wrong. You are in hell and I'm in bliss. The fire creates its signs in absent words, and nothing can undo the fact of this. The fire does fancy in chaos to charge. Forever we are separated, why? The fire does charge with unextinguished speed. Because it's only me, the one, who's high. As fire does raise from deep its broken light. Because that hell is permanent, you see. The fire deserts the darkness sleeping soft. And, all of where I am is heavenly. 107. As fire flames far into the place of words, where I can fly around within the sky. The fire has set ambition pure in bloom. But humor me, and see if you can try. As fire states ways of moments that appear. To argue yourself out of hell, it's vain. The fire's created vapors wander into air. So tell me just what hell is. Make it plain. To mirror then a healing and a good. Then Angel Honey thus to Billy cried. In frolic of the moonshine of that age. Her human husband, to him so replied. I think that poetry is mine did not. Say what is hell, be Billy McBride. Hold to the mist, and in the end, you'll laugh. Tell Richard, who is not right now your guide. And briefly with a win, let poesy flow. Tell Angel Richard what he's asking for. Put end to your own voyaging in song. And let him find you know there's something more. As now the little hand of day's wheel goes. And use your memories found deep inside. All standing for this song, forever note. Please do this now, in hopefulness confide. Don't yield a little with a weeping tear. Tell Angel Richard, let him understand. As if you have been taken into rain. You should not let him have the upper hand. For space, a space, eternity does sigh. That you know what is what and what is not. And sport your body always winging bare. He seems to be persistent that you're caught. Beyond a paradise's final wind. 108. Within the walls of hell, down on its land. Not spotted by the light, dishonored still. Where there you neither sit nor lay nor stand. It's mediocre having ugly days. Say what is hell to Richard, Billy M. And pound for best an awesome line to speak. Please tell him that you know what is the time. Of recollections head that way for us. Say what you know about the things you read. With all the soul's vine's glory, with no doubt. And why you can rebuke what Richard said. And let that morning soon reveal such dawn. So do it, answer Angel Richard then. The end's a spinning deal within the year. And of his question, think about it, plan. A perfect this to answer for a win. To know his question, give your answer back. In natural periods of victory. Be Navu McBride, my Billy Mac. As winter's dying, dying to be warm. Then Billy to those other angels cried. Like weather breakers, fussing about ice. To Honey, Richard and them all replied. In lonesome paleness by an apprehension. I am a scholar, I will tell him what. Where boundless for the eyes it's green and fresh. There is no hell outside, yes, it is not. I listen to the heart, for genius bides. He's asking for since I have read a lot. From my smug schools, a healthiness comes up. Within my mind I'll see what I have got. An air collects me where a thunder flames. Which proves I'm fine, and learned and all that. 109. And dry entrenchments of the rock flood soon. So Richard thinks of jesting that he ought. So perfect was a candle for the Glen prayer. So Angel Richard asks me what hell is. Look to a stubborn poet's waving light. And Richard knows I know in his own bliss. A bit winter for all his stage aglare. And so he says I'm in it, but of course. It's good my music shows he opened wrong. I don't believe in hell and its real force. While dear's the power of my lamp inside. But only in an epic way it's this. With slinging plays crossing solutions. I'll look around the room to where it is. To free his questions of damnation's grounds. I'll pull off this book from my bookshelf now. In fishy windy lovely knowledge 1. This book should be the proof to show. A sweeter looker to be ice-groved in. It's Dante's hell, his epic, Inferno. His starry prevalence above a white hill. You asked me what is hell and this I know. The pathways from the shadows lost of way. This story, the Inferno is somehow. Thus hell does never I old bunny boo. I hope that you are satisfied right now. As fire does sadden not our good for good. That's what I say dear Angel Richard well. With silver ghostly raintops marching by. That Dante's poem as fiction is that hell. To stall his spirit by some horny order. Then Angel Richard then to Billy cried. With knowledge prostrate and its margins best. 110. His human brother, Billy McBride. The fire expresses pure invented flights. But hell is real, and you're in hell, I say. The fire springs with obscurity in night. I think that you're in hell upon this day. The fire receives all unsustained itself. You think that holding up some ancient book. As fire destroys the rich and gorgeous day. convinces me of truth, to stop and look. The fire does wander in its own transport. There is no getting out of it, no way. The fire shuts to the fire's own yellow shade. In hell is where you will forever stay. As fire has art supreme of hours at dawn. And hell, as you shall see, is dimly lit. The fire does raise the wealth of ceaseless stars. As hell is real, you're in it still to sit. While fire builds over time its arts of gold. To sit and talk as much you may, you're still. As fire is large belittling the flowers. Within the bounds of hell, within its fill. The fire is hostile to the fruits of beauty. You're at the end of time, and this is it. The fire is cheerful in the fire's highlight. With the damnation curse you have been bit. The fire creates its springing off the ground. In hell, I say, that's where you'll always live. The fire creates and drops upon the earth. You can't at all get out of it alive. The fire does speed to creatures deep in love. No book can save you now, you have been judged. The fire does move across the shady stones. So holding up that book, you really fudged. 111. While fire forever never is destroyed. Your answer, just as bad as you could give. The fire is heaped across the waters great. And still, my proof that you are there does thrive. The fire does overtake in ceaseless dances. But still, it's funny, that you tried that out. As fire assaults the light of freedoms gained. You're in eternal hell without a doubt. Evaporates a fine day made sincere. Now Billy Mac to Angel Richard cried. With need to pipe his chest up to the ridge. And to his angel brother thus replied. It's healthy tall that time will thither bridge. Let's try again, dear Angel Richard I'm roped tonight, relinquished by no hoof. Dear Richard, I know you're my brother dear. My heart reveals that doorways matter some. I know, of course, by holding up a book. My head could sing forever about Rome. It will not work, but listen to me, look. That monumental weed does thin again. It's not the book which I hold, dear brother. But of the end machine, it's paradise hell. Which proves to you this way there is no other. I'm not wide falling into its warm meaning. Which proves I'm not in hell, but I imply. This poet's bait is sunken by a countryside. That taken at face value it's a lie. It's worth the pleasure to answer better wins. That taken literally is not the way. An idle gleam does seem to go forth plain. To read an author such as great Dante. But cast the buttered daytime even sweeter. 112. His symbolism matters just like mine. The world hands us its lonely grace. My new awareness whereof hell does lie. Within a chanted space our questions circle. In symbolism, literal it is not. It reigns for Richard Sink or one eye. You cannot make it literal, nor one ought. To use its barriers for face-to-space talks. And also your own concept has a root. That's tired of knowledge, ill for romance too. An origin from literature, its loot. Our own wise pains do mention what it seems. You plundered well to learn a lot. With circles multiplying, clear with drills. From books of course that word is often taught. For pleasure thus is ode of angel air. From there you found the word hell to begin. Before the cliff. It is now time to cease. To pester me, but let us try again. To stage all shapes around that happenstance. Thus so they both did argue back and forth. Together badder for their sports of meats. And Billy grabbed a book, for what it's worth. Now vexed with Richard, with light years and skies. From off the shelf he found it Milton's book. The traveller's flight to it did fight its wild. And in it very well began to look. And out of perfect mist so mystically. Then Angel Richard then to Billy cried. Whose messages themselves lost holy freedom. And to his human brother thus replied. The fire does need a victory to have. You're damned, bene vuva, as I told you. 113. The fire's condition blooms throughout all time. I think you've got some suffering to do. The fire knows how just to present its charge. That argument that you are making now. While fire does stream across the dwelling plants. that real and fiction matter not somehow. As fire forgets all that it heard of heaven. There is a difference from false and true. The fire loves to return to show its crown. There is a difference from me and you. The fire does shake in much excitement here. And truly you're in hell, that much I know. The fire does look to live in wondrous blackness. You will not like it, it will plainly show. The fire presents itself outshining all. But you still think that by some argument, as fire does dream in thirsty sorrows yet, that you can free you from this element. While fire does shatter deep from flights of stars, in which you dwell as only time will grow. The fire perturbs the loneliness of nature. And you shall be the one to suffer, oh. The fire returns in hundreds circling. You're damned, Billy, as damned as ever was. The fire receives the far world in its cheer. It is as if you've come on a hell bus. The fire does blanket millions in its state. There is no story, this is what is real. The fire surrounds the signals of sad faces. You cannot get away, you cannot steal. As fire's state is a universe supreme. Away from here because it's ever thus. While fire does plant its empire on the globe. 114. A place as far from me as you from us. The fire departs from heaven's harmony. A place forever real in which you'll dwell. While fire does raise in creatures of its light. As now for always. Billy, you're in hell. As on a dried way's individual duty. Then Billy Mac to Angel Richard cried. In spring's own stage to lull a worldwide word. And to his angel brother thus replied. In dawn's own reign, this natural circle take. Oh no, I'm not, dear Richard, damned at all. Reality does brighten to the end. You better get things straight, there was no fall. While mist does act upon a simple joy. Because there is no literal hell to speak. Forever thereabouts, obscurity does doubt. I know, and I'm a reader, I can seek. By old vocabularies of some school of stars. Hell almost anywhere in books, and shall. Be for myself who wanders many books. But outside books that place you can't install. Its paradigm of storm to sound alive. Yes, outside books, I don't believe it's there. Where few line up for pleasance of a poem. Yes, who would ever make that place, I swear. The mind must compound when the smug heart's riled. No hell to speak of outside literature. Your wits must clear like breezes made for all. No hell, dear Angel Richard Rorty brother. Like and prevalence of dark or moon. Is out beyond a book, it is nowhere. Lost in the song beyond a doctored space. No place forever you or I could dare. 115. So start thus with this poem's bright buried place. As inside books, there's hell in many forms. And no in many books it dwells. Such figurations there go by the norms. An answer at the end of a tired walk. Well, inside many books, I mean, there is. As nonsense has been wrought by high up smoke. And I will show you there, where such hell is. Where spaces stage their own dusk dust in verse. Though Dante's was a book, a line conforms. For heaven's freedom, and with fruits of trust. And lines sometimes do hook us as with worms. But Dante separates a fighting cast. A line serves better yet to illustrate. That incidental rest flings all things down. That hell there is, a word in books to date. To leave that port and battle thus his brain. Next, Angel Richard then to Billy cried. Almost as true as pain for distant rum. And to his human brother so replied. The fire makes fair the fire's eternal space. Yes, Billy, you're in hell, not in a book. The fire's own ghastly root remains. From earth and its surroundings you were took. The fire extracts from night his glories back. You're not in any book by that Dante. While fire invites a burning in the morn. You're not in any literature that way. As fire beholds the fire's own essences. But if you look around, yes, around look. The fire does mingle with the neighborhood. It is the place in which your soul will cook. While fire is not prevented in its creep. 116. You know that Headbuttressia looks like earth. And fire moves in good exercise its gold. And earth is not from having such a worth. The fire ascends in kindle standing well. The planet earth, exactly as the same. As fire stands roused in its trouble claimed. Where ghosts of children of that great war came. While fire becomes acclaimed beyond the gates. Because the Holocaust, their second birth. As fire becomes viewed in the open fountain. They are here replaced from their own earthly dearth. The fire is in the presence of proud days. Yes, here upon this planet they are saved. The fire builds up in newer strife more pure. With waters of salvation they are laved. The fire fumes winged and vaporous shades of dark. But you are damned, not in some book to read. The fire returns within the deep dark cave. Though back on earth, you'll wish you were, and plead. As fire does pass endurance light alone. But God, our Lord this way for you has paved. The fire proves that the fire can't be reduced. It must be so, while we both rant and raved. The fire does best and prospers in its flame. Look everywhere around, no book can tell. While fire contrives a sharper heart to stay. You otherwise, yes, Billy, you're in hell. Out of divine obscurity he swayed. Then Billy Mac to Angel Richard cried. As rainbows clasp for life the fields to start. And to his angel brother so replied. Like wandering Timbuktu for golden pears. Ah, here it is, heaven in Milton's book. 117. A reason thus to smile and proofread it. The book into which I now am to look. The weather is a waste but like rain days. A kind of password found at the right time. Within its sunny paradise to please. A place to which all people finally climb. As vine up vine to house a poem ahead. But it's the password, heaven yes, it took. To have some farthest answer rain pretty. Some patience, being patient like a cook. With its sweet cloud within a richer time. A while for me to find it next to hell. It is the way to cure me, reading well. Into my eyes the word did seem it fell. These questions almost licked me, yet behold. Both words are juxtaposed there on a line. To the rock bottom perfect for fond life. To change the subject, make the moment fine. While yet the moon is over many hills. The only thing to do is heaven tell. Which is romantic and a great reward. Since heaven is the word, a password, well. Thus thins the wind, and ducking are the leaves. As hell is by heaven that is all I need. I will not be stalled underground at all. But show to you that I can deeply read. With this my hand's own perfect wave. To prove to you, the subject should be changed. As water rains under the happy sea. With heaven it's the way now rearranged. With funny life its gift must matter thus. This topic. Heaven is the password, yes, indeed. And, the colors are cleared up just like the sun. 118. I found it there inside that book, a seed. But there is no more nonsense branching up. I found it finally in Paradise Lost. Though dying to reject this day's own tale. That book to change the subject at all cost. And, thought this time of boundless argument. Then Angel Richard thus to Billy cried. Who missed all that was peaceful, making end. To his own human brother so replied. These times are well compounded of my love. That's all I wanted you to say to me. To stall the lightnings of storms after storms. I love you Billy McBride, you see. And so I do reveal some luck right now. I love you, Billy Mac, you are not damned. When rushed to reading shiningly alive. Nor were nor will be, always understand. Don't separate from splendors of top books. You are a good guy, heaven is the key. From yesterday's own kingdom you made way. You've passed my test, a quiz, you are now free. To build it all right now for everything. The password, yes, I know it had been tossed. No more of Richard Rorty's make-believe. You're not in hell at any kind of cost. We're honored by you Bunny Boo Boo, yes. We were just playing with you, Billy Mac. And critical of your own wandering. We were, Benevouva in that attack. At first you ducked into the sunken sand. But you found heaven inside Paradise Lost. Which ain't a pit to be lost after all. You found it there while I unkindly bossed. 119. The word is built to celebrate it more. A word, a special English word indeed. From doom to diamond, sign of gold. A word which is important there to read. As we more might to read and celebrate. You found it juxtaposed right next to hell. A world's for anything, but not for that. And I love you, we all do, you can tell. The best of meanings thus so far has come. From badder subject matter you are freed. Your father self is higher up again. That word of heaven there is all you need. A grey becometh white and ever clear. We were just playing, sweetest Billy M. You stare across the books and made your point. We all love you, we each and him, Shem. Within the morning's goodness they were dear. Then Angel Hope to Billy Mac replied. Who wanting no banality did speak. Her human husband Billy, to him cried. It is a pretty dream to end in prayer. Right now, go play a happy song for us. With teaching and with questions you've enough. I know your brother likes to make a fuss. With being happy, happy is enough. Upon your synthesizer, make it well. While kingdoms of the clouds come to the lawn. It's time, almost the morning, can't you tell? So clear thy spirit of its dark for light. So it's a better time, don't make a fuss. There's everything to build in wide music. Please play, and play your sweetest heart out, thus. And answer us forever, bear it all. 120. We think it's time to play, the world to show. And leave it open for a voyage here. We know you're ready, and remember now. The beauty thus to give it all for all. To hit record when playing it to tend. With soaring through the day's own margins set. That digital recorder, our good friend. For now a little good one like a lark. For all our music. Make the crowd say wow. Your memory to us reveals a song. So make the world your special music know. As everything's forever now in line. Now go to your good keyboard there and sit. And be one healthy nightingale to sing. We know you've got it, play your best music. Past consequence of mountains and their rise. That's deep within your heart, within your soul. So hook your song in colors white and black. To wow us with your music is the goal. You know just how to cash your freedom here. So we'll be quiet as you compose it. And for a little music now again. We're celebrating you, you're reading fit. The secret is you rock, blast off for us. And play your best, you've had a long strange night. You're at the middle of it all to shine. A Headbuttressian song, you'll play it right. Thus with the jacket of the day now on. So Billy played and nothing happened wrong. He lurked within the music much surprised. It was a masterpiece, and his best song. They won his song, now dancing all worldwide. The dawn arose, the air was glorious. 121. Romantically in dance relinquished best. And all smelled sweet and it was beauteous. Humanity now was in bloom itself. Though Billy had some pain, his angel cried. Lost in the music bravely lining up. His angel Jill to Billy Mac replied. You left your name upon that perfect song. Don't worry, Billy M, about that pain. We love you much, there's much to say and do. Don't worry about that new sort of gain. The life you need is to be dearer yet. The pain within your abdomen, that sting. While beams of light march into this great world. It is not cancer, but it's life's meaning. So with our compass yield to us this day. It is not cancer there which you attain. Within the world's own sunken prance of dawn. The song was great, for it we can't complain. And with a worldwide swish, you hit your shot. That was an awesome song just now you played. Your genius made exquisite pass through night. It felt so good to hear it so arrayed. So thereabouts the heart of matters are. It's hard to put to words what happened there. While falling now in love, Benez-vous va. Within that song, it's special, it is rare. It is a gift of beauty that you have. Though you do play the keyboard with our aid. To make an ancient hymn there that is sweet. Though all our music's special, you just played. With popping soul, and under heaven's rule. Your best track yet, and did it with finesse. And we were dancing one and all with it. 122. You did your best, you do not have to guess. Your peaceful heart has hope now which it sings. I know you've never had it quite like that. Your staged finale and revealed your heart. But know that center pain is not that what. With present feelings late of what you guess. You think it is, not cancer, more or less. The afternoon will pass itself again. It hurts but you will tend to it now, yes. It is now time for your own perfect sleep. That pain, yes, there, now listen to your wife. While now another peaceful day comes far. Is not a cancer but the truth of life. In fullness of a happy kingdom's light. Then Billy Mac to all his angels cried. And flowing thin like river water spoke. To his own angel guides he so replied. In paths of light that swell above this day. What will I do for money, angels dear? Does nature cycle its realities? What do I do in general? This I fear. The night I had did stimulate a change. In Headbuttressia does money count? Within the home of day I choose to work. What is my budget? What is my amount? I never fear the flood of sunny shine. But is this world a place where money's clear? I traveled into it with silent thoughts. I know on earth that money would appear. As silence held its way into this day. Thus dollars to my wallet I did add. I learned to find a resolution to be blessed. I realize before on earth I had. 123. A life that rose throughout the universe. A setup where the government helped me. Collaborating with my own best needs. To live within my place, and live simply. While blooms illuminate the world with happiness. With food and clothing, for those things I'm glad. A few more do find justice in the sun. But yes, with pain I feel a little sad. It is the limit of my own delight. But I trust you as always and right now. To bring a fullness from this world to me. Of course, I ever wonder about how. A proud freshness does build its healing power. I'll make adaptation to this planet's place. With spring that claims the trees and nature's own. Which looks like Earth, identical in face. The weather moves the beauty of the day. But better as you say to me somehow. I'm spared a landscape and an air that rolls. This better place, my trust is it will show. And so I'm free to shout with happiness. And ghosts are all around out there and here. And words heal what existence dims again. What will I do for money, angels dear? Within the values of the weather there. Then angel hope to Billy McBride. And shining building up within the day. To him her human husband thus replied. Eternity catches up in images. Dear Billy, everything is taken care. Now do choose to loiter, feel my worth. Your money which you need is not so rare. As shadows fall out from a heaven down. 124. Your money here will be found in the bank. As wind will soon stop creeping all around. Our God, Hashem, is whom you have to thank. While some simplicities put on their show. For giving you that money blessing there. So every light does open to the day. Thank God for keeping safe our Billy dear. And soon the afternoon will pass us, proud. You'll wonder at this place, where you've been caught. Remember art is just a human way. This place may look like Earth but it is not. So clear yourself a pathway thus to learn. It is the planet of the ghosts, that's right. In fairness you've been granted civil ways. This Headbuttressia, this new delight. For all the life you'll have in freedom's turn. For you this place is home where you are caught. And trusting in the whole, you will be freed. You'll wonder like you should and as you ought. The years you used for reading have turned out. Just look around, it's beautiful, you see. There's luck within the open universe. The world is fresh and good and large and free. A happiness has popped a friendship out. Outside it looks the same as Earth but yet. Through sleep you'll rock forever in your way. There's something of a glimmer that you get. To join the universe with this new dawn. With it and not with Earth, it's heavenly. As all is licked by beauty of the trees. The world around you fits you wonderfully. and every day has opened overhead. As all is taken care of for you, thank. 125. With light that bridged the darkness of the night. Shem, our God, your money's in the bank. As weather gained some rain for prior woes. So Billy looked outside amazed a while. His sink was drained in water's silver flow. It all was fresh, then on a laundry pile. He dozed upon a white and crumpled sheet. Upon his bed the human, Billy slept. The new world poked out of the old one green. It seemed that all was in an order kept.